welcome to the Coordinates call for Gnosis chain on September 24. Let's start with Shutter.
Hello. So on the Shutter side, we finalized the Keeper releases we were working on. And we're waiting for the keepers to update in order to enable multiple validator registration messages within the next release. And we started preparing for that as well. And also still working on the validator registration improved flow. You asked last time a question about securing the validator set. And we actually opened the discussion for that, but we still don't have a concrete design yet. But historically, we assumed that the validators would be trusted and that we would introduce some form of slashing in future releases. So I guess once we have more input, we can let you know.
You? Yeah, so indeed, the idea was at some point to add some slashing, but yeah, might not be as easy as possible as expected. But I think this has to be studied because right now it's not really, really very secure.
Mm-hmm.
So regarding testing, I think last time, I don't know who was waiting for feedback from Shetna regarding the dogs. Was this done?
Yeah, it was done.
Okay.
And regarding testing, we have moved all East-related work to Gnosis East repository, also synced it with upstream, and started to run test against Delnet 5.
Sounds good. So what are the results of the testing?
The most of test passed. We also discussed it with Chetna which AIPs we should test manually, and also I am preparing some fix regarding gas limit, which allows to execute some file test against Gnosis DevNet.
Awesome, thank you. Going to gel client updates, Netherlands.
Hi. So we're preparing for a release today, which will cover the testnet forks and just some kind of last-minute stability improvements also to go in that release. But I was thinking today maybe we could discuss the timeline for the Shadow fork, because potentially if we could lock that down, we could include that in the same release. But I guess that there's no rush there because I'm assuming it'll be sort of after Sepolia potentially. But yeah, what do you think, Philippe?
Are the dates still the same as this year? So Holski on September 29? No, that changed, right?
Yeah, I think that's been updated where I can pull up the dates.
Ryan?
Yeah, I wanted to comment if do we really need a release for Chiaro? So
because we're running most locally.
Yeah, we run most of the validators. Then usually the point of doing a testnet release is to do a test with a wider set of participants than ourselves. So I'm not sure if that was the case on the last fork. We had some participation from outside participants. And if they really need to, they can still run a branch, or we can prepare some Docker release. Because then it adds another constraint that maybe it's not necessary. We can just do a single release with mainnet and Chiaro if people want to participate. Because I don't know, that's my take. And we can forget about having to do this early release ahead of time.
Yeah, I think it's fine if we don't necessarily do a release, but I would say we will do it between I mean, definitely after Holisk at this point, probably between Sepolia and Hoodie. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, are you already scheduling hard forks for Sepolia and Hoodie as well, or will this happen later?
Yeah, those are all scheduled. So Marcos posted in the chat the timeline.
Right. But are you already like doing cutting the releases right now for all the networks, or?
Yeah, for all three of the test nets in this release, and then Ethereum mainnet will be in a different one.
Okay, makes sense.
But from Nethermind perspective, it wouldn't be a problem to release just for Chiado, I guess.
Yeah,
So,
for Red,
and
definitely.
it's slightly easier to coordinate between parties when you have official release. So I don't know. I don't mind if you see improvement in the process without release. I'm just saying that it shouldn't be a problem for us.
Sounds good. I mean, I think in any case, we will not have CL releases for, in time. So on that side, it will have to be custom anyways. And then for the EL, Wrath, I'm assuming will not be an issue. Nethermind as well. Aragon probably can also get releases fairly quickly. And Geth, hopefully as well. So I think it should be fine. But I'm also fine with actually setting a date for Shadow. I mean, today, if we are confident about all the client implementations, but on the DevNet, we still have an issue with Geth. I don't know if Guillaume is here.
Yes.
So we really need to get that fixed. And I would, rather set a date for Shadow only after we have a DevNet that at least works somewhat decently. If that makes sense. So yeah, I would say let's keep that for next week. But by then we have to make sure that Geth works, and we have to do everything for that. Okay, but let's get back to this after the updates. So Aragon, do you have any updates?
Yeah, so we are also working on a release, Fusaka ready release, where we scheduled all the testnets. So it will be 3.2.0 RC1. It will be released tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. Guy?
Yeah. So, like you said, I did the release with the fix that I found this weekend. So I did the release yesterday, but the fix was done this weekend. I just needed to test it. Yeah. So, like Chetna said, the panic that is caused by a bad Genesis configuration. In general, if I may be so bold, I would like to criticize the way this Genesis thing has been done. It's a lot of configuration issues that keep triggering bugs in a situation you should never get. For example, why are all those withdrawal contracts and other system contracts completely empty, and why are they in the Genesis? I think that needs to be greatly improved. Nonetheless, we like Chitna has identified the problem. If I would say the ball is in Carlos' camp. I just need to see if fixing the Genesis works. On my side, I was looking at other issues that appear in Hive, and the reason for those issues to appear seem to be that the guest version that is used is very, very old. It's 1.14.12. We are at 1.16.3. So that needs to be upgraded. I started doing this, but yeah, it's a bit of a headache. But yeah, as far as I can tell, the issue comes from using an outdated version of guest in those Hive tests.
Can someone comment on why such an old version is being used? Dimitro, maybe, I'm not sure if you know about that.
Sorry, can you repeat?
Can you comment on why a very old, quite old version of Geth is being used in the Hive tests? Apparently it's 1.14.12, if I understood correctly, when you are
so
at 1.16.
maybe to give
we-
more. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
go
we
ahead.
use it. We use some like tech provided. I don't remember when. Long time ago. Yeah, and under this tech there was like old gas version.
Okay, so
Oh.
what do you need to update it? Is it just like a Docker image, or what do you need?
Yeah, seems like we need only Docker image.
No. You don't need the Docker image. So okay, what I wanted to add, because I wasn't precise enough, and I apologize for that. You have like the testing uses what we call the binding. So it's a way to write in Go some RPC calls to the guest node, and those bindings rely on an outdated version of Geth. That does a lot of doesn't even know about those. Actually, maybe they have to know about those withdrawal contracts, but the behavior is definitely not the latest Geth. So I can't be surprised that things have changed and the communication doesn't work properly. So it's really, I don't know. In fact, if someone could point me to who did this, that would be great. Whoever wrote that code with the bindings to do all these RPC calls, I need to talk to them to figure out how we can upgrade that thing to a more recent version.
Okay, so I'm assuming that's also Marcos, Dimitro, or Shetna, right?
Yeah, let's talk in QA channel. I think I know what you mean, but those tests were written really about 2 years ago. I think with the last test we wrote. So it is possible that we used old gas version.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. It's just that they need to be updated. Yeah. So okay, I'll take it offline. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. Rat?
Yes, we did join DevNet 5 from at least what I can see in the Dora's client distribution. So I made a draft PR containing the Fusaka changes. We should have a release pretty soon.
Wait, what Fusaka changes?
I made a draft PR for Gnosis with the Fusaka changes, and we should have a release pretty soon.
But it's the one that is running on the DevNet right now, right?
Yes, it is not a release, so it's an image built from a specific branch. So those need to be merged to main in order to give it the latest tag.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect, sounds good. So regarding the dates, October 14, wait, let me check when that is. So that's roughly in 3 weeks, minus 1 day, actually. Should we already schedule Shadow between Sepolia and 2D? I would say just a bit after Sepolia. We have 3 clients that are working for sure. I'm sure Geth will work by then as well. If not, we still have a bit of time to kind of roll back. Or do we just not do official releases? What are your thoughts? Yeah, Marcos?
I think that we should go with official releases. It's easier to get lost when you are tagging a commit instead of a particular tag that you build for that purpose. And it should be cleaner if we have releases for the clients. And should not be a huge overhead once you have the things set in place.
Agreed. In this case, is it an issue for Nethermind and Aragon if we do one more release next week, or do you want to do it today?
No problem for us.
Yeah, we can make a release next week, no problem.
Okay, Marcos?
Yeah, I think that it's better if we do a release next week and we have proper time to check every single value and we don't rush it. If we do it today, we will rush it for sure.
That makes a lot of sense. Perfect. Then by then, let's try to run the full testing suite, the Fusaka suite on the DevNet, and let's make sure that guests can also join. And then hopefully all of this is done by next Wednesday, and then we can set a date next Wednesday. Does that sound doable? Perfect. Then, is there anything else we need to discuss? Is there anything special in Fusaka that we might have forgotten to do? I don't know, for example, contracts to deploy, like for, EIP 7702 and 61, I don't remember the ones from Petra, basically. Or any configuration changes we have to do? Is there anything you can think about right now?
Setting the blob values, because I guess we don't necessarily want to have the BPOs like we do on mainnet or have the same values.
Yes, so that we noted. We will probably not go as high as mainnet. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense for Gnosis chain. And then there's also the IP, which was at 75. The one that increases the gas limit. This we also will not necessarily do on Gnosis chain. So yeah. But nothing else, no contracts to deploy, right? Nothing, no dependencies. Yeah, just want to make sure that we don't forget anything. Okay. Perfect. Well, then let's keep it at that. Guillaume, please. Or I don't know I guess Marcos, you have to run, no, or Carlos, I don't know who has to run this on the DevNet. Please make sure we can actually validate Geth. That would be perfect. And then see you guys next week to schedule the dates.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, right.
Joining.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.